yeah, the cycle of just like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then I would kind of, for me, I'm going to try that. I would let myself down. I would try and I would ask God to help me. And I'd be like, I would pray, you know, but I would just, and it was the same thing. And I appreciate you being so articulate in your call and doing your best to share as honestly as you could what was going on. I'll try to share. You know, I've been struggling, man. At the past like couple years, I've had, you know, it's been a struggle in certain ways with certain behaviors that I'm just not proud of, right? Or really just behaviors that I didn't want to do anymore. And I couldn't change it. I couldn't change the cycle. And even as I say this, I'm afraid that I'll fall back into those behaviors. But I'll tell you what for me has been helpful recently. And I'm sorry if I sound a little animated. I just, I've been like going through this in my own life recently, and it's on the tip of my thoughts and feelings. You know, sometimes I realized for myself, I would pray to God to help me get away from certain behaviors in my life. But at the same time that I was praying, there would be a part of me that knew I was probably going to do those things again, you know? That I was probably going to do those things again. Like, but God, please help me. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to have this behavior. But there would be a little part of me that was like, I know even as I ask for God's help that I'm going to do it again. I would know that. So I started praying like this. I started praying like, God, please help me with this. You know, this is a broken part of me that I bring to you. I need help with it. And then I would add to my prayer, I would say, and even, God, even as I pray to you right now, there's a part of me that knows I'm probably lying to you. There's a part of me that knows I'm going to do that behavior again. So can you come into that part of me and help me there? Help me in the part of me that knows as I pray that I'm lying. And I don't know if that sounds crazy or not, but I started to think that like a connection between us and a higher power, it's such the realest. It's like in my life, it's one of the realest things that I've ever witnessed, right? Like you go in, like I'll be in meetings and or recovery meetings or and you see people's lives change. You see something happen. You see miracles, right? But that was what was happening. I couldn't change. I tried everything. I tried everything to change. I would tell myself I'm going to do it different. I'm going to do that. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it by myself. And my whole life I'd done everything by myself. I thought I had. And so something that's just been helping me recently is just praying differently, you know? Because whatever's inside of me that's broken is really, it's manipulative and it's, you know, it would be good at pool because it's good at the angles. But so I've just been praying that God comes into those parts of me, you know? Don't just come into like the water inside of me. Come into the well. Come into the walls of the well. Come into the mortar or whatever that's between the bricks. That because I'm broken. Because I'm broken all the way there. You know, and I don't mean that like in self-pity. But if there's a part of me that doesn't even want the best for me, then there's something inside of me that is off. So that's something that's been helping me because some of it's been coming true. And I don't know if it's been coming true. I don't know if that's a term, but I don't know. I'm starting to just feel something different. And then I was looking on this Bible, and there's a story called John 5, and it's about a guy who's at these pools. And some people follow the Bible, some people don't. That's fine. This is just a story that I'm reciting here. And Jesus is at the pools, and it's in Bethesda, and they're like, there's a sick man there, and he's been sick for a long time, and Jesus asks him, "Do you want to be healed?" He asks him, "Do you want to be healed?" And that's a crazy question because, if I get healed, then I'm different. If somebody gets healed, they have a new story. So that's just been something that I've been having to ask myself. It's like, do I want to be healed? Do I really want something different? And sometimes a lot of the answer is no, I don't. I want something different, but I don't want to. I don't know if I'm scared of it. I don't know what I am. I don't know if I don't want to do what it takes to get. I can't even tell what it is. And it's hard for me. Some of this stuff's a little bit hard for me to say. I don't even know why. But I think I want a new story. My story in my life, and I'm sorry to make this about me kind of, but I'm just trying to share, like, when I was growing up, like, my mom, something was wrong with her. I love my mother. But she didn't connect with me. She didn't, like, look at me. And she didn't, she wouldn't hold me that much, and she didn't look, she wouldn't look me in the eyes, right? And so as a kid, I felt like something was wrong with me. I felt like, oh, if the person that created me won't even look at me, then something must be so wrong with me. And I've worked through a lot of this stuff. And so I'm kind of going down this lane. But it just gave me like a lot of low self-worth. It just gave me low self-worth. And honestly, it made it tough for me to even have a self, because the only person that I only knew who I was if you reacted to me well, right? Like, I became just a people pleaser because I didn't have any feelings of self-worth. So the only way I could get my worth was from you, right? From somebody else. And it made sense because I didn't have a me. I didn't have a big sense of self. And so I got myself from who you thought I was. And I needed everybody to like me. I needed everybody to like me because I didn't know if there was a one person that didn't like me, if one of the plates stopped spinning, if it was all going to fall down. So anyway, sorry, I'm kind of rambling, but the thing that also happened was that all of that energy, that negative energy, that uncertainty, that became my story, right? And it gave me like a chip on my shoulder where it was like, I'm going to show them, I'll show these I'll do this, and it gave me all of that. It gave me all of that energy. Like, I'll prove to them, I'll prove to somebody that I'm worth something. I'm going to make, I just want to look in somebody's eyes and have them be pleased with me. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I think it's all that any kid wants. I wanted to just look in somebody's eyes and have them be pleased with me. And all that gave me a chip on my shoulder, And so anyway, so it gave me all this energy. It was like, I'm going to figure this out. I'll do it myself. I'll figure, and all that stuff served me well until, I think just until now. It's like, I don't know. I'm just tired of living that story, man. I'm tired of that story. You know, I'm tired of that story. I just don't want that story anymore. You know, it's been a good story and it's served me well. Dang, homie, I'm leaking. Tell you, yeah. It's been a good story and it served me well, but I don't want that story anymore. You know, I want something different. Because the more I just tell that story, it's just like, you know, I stay in that world. I stay in that cycle for me. And I think so I want to have and it's scary to say that I want to have a new story because I'm so used to like how those other feelings work. I know who to be angry at. I know how to operate here and I know how to operate there and I know who to not give love to. And you know, I know how to make like love, like very conditional. I know how to like do all of these. I know how to navigate to get this fucked up vehicle down the street, you know? But I think I want a new story, dude. And it's crazy for me to even say that. But yeah, I think I want a new story. And so that's one thing that I'm asking God for. Yeah, I'm asking God for a new story, right? I'm asking God for the next part of me. You know, and being okay with saying you know, like these days, you know, my mother and I have a great relationship and I love my mother. There's nothing I want more than my mother to be happy, you know? And it's funny because as she gets older, she kind of turns in a little bit more like a child sometimes. And you kind of like the roles kind of like, I guess they switch a little bit and you get to be, you get to try to be what you needed in a way. And it's pretty cool. And that's a gift. That's a gift from God, I think. And so, yeah, I want to be able to, I just want to be able to, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm telling you, dude. Jesus Christ. Is this guy's got to be like, God, why'd I call this idiot? Yeah, so I think, anyway, that's what's been helping me. Like, and I never thought I would be saying some of this stuff, but I'm glad that I am because I'm ready for a new story. I'm ready for a new story. And I'm ready for like, yeah, and the scary part is who will I be if I let go of these things that I've always done and known, some of these behaviors, if I even can let go of some of them. And I know I'm not going to get anything right or whatever. And there's no like, it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm kind of tired. What can I suggest, do you think, Trevin, or offer some thought? Do you have any thought about any of this?
I think it's really hard, and I think praying is a great first step if you don't know where to go or how to break a cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I just start like that's something that's helped me is I just started praying, but I started praying like as honestly as I could. And even honest past that. Like, God, you know, these behaviors I don't like of mine, will you help me? Even though I know that I might do them again, even though I know I want to do them again, will you come into the parts of me that want to do these behaviors again and help me there? Will you come, you know, will you come all the way to will you come to like past the roots? And yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. And it's crazy to think that I could have I don't know. yeah, I don't know. A lot of it's scary to me, and some of this isn't making sense. And I'm sorry, man. I think I'm just getting kind of burnt out. I don't know what it's been, but I'm glad that you care about what's going on. And yeah, to get out of the cycle, man, it's hard. And to show up for myself, other things that I've been doing is I've been getting up early. I've been doing some yoga. I've been doing a workout at home. I went and played basketball the other day with some friends. I hadn't done that in years, man. And you know what? I felt good. I left out of there. I went to an AA meeting and I started, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I started getting active, you know? And I started coming to my own rescue a little bit. But I started just showing up for myself. And if I told somebody I'm going to do something, then I came and did it. And I've never done that a lot in my life, but for the past few weeks, I've been doing it. And when I say something and then I do it, there's a part of me that hears that, right? And there's a part of me that starts to have like okay, this guy he's somebody who says he's going to do something and he does it. And so that then part of me starts to build up that it's like I'm building somebody new, man. And I'm not trying to challenge you or anything. I'm just telling you kind of what's been working for me. And yeah, I know. Anyway, this shit's all over the place. I need my vape, you know. I wish the church made vapes, dude. Those things would slap. Is that bad, Trevin, to say that?
They're in like Catholic church, they got the incense. They've been vaping.
Oh, dang. Yeah, let me get a little bit. Dude, if they freaking had I got that frankincense, 3,000 puffs, homie, that thing would be popping. But yeah, I don't know. I've sat in rooms and been in meetings and done this done that cycle a long time. And right now something's feeling a little bit different. And it's scary for me to even say that because there's a part of me that doesn't want things to be different, but there's a part of me that's growing that wants to have a new story for me. And I didn't think I could have a new story, you know? I think maybe in my head I did and shit, but in my heart I didn't think that. And so, yeah,